Passage A, Act 1, Scene 2, Answer 1. The words "oh me" suggest that the Portia is in a feeling of disappointment and frustration. She thinks that she has no choice with regard to her marriage. Answer 2. The will of the dead father was that the person who will choose the right casket will be the husband of Portia. It curbs the will of a living daughter as as Portia is left with no option to choose her husband, neither she can refuse anyone. Answer 3. Portia compares a youth with a hare, means rabbit. She says that like a hare jumps over the mesh, young ones jumps over the good advice. Answer 4. Portia said that she is tied with the will of his dead father. She cannot choose her husband by own. It means she can neither choose her husband nor can refuse for anyone. Answer 5. Nerissa responded to Portia that her father was always a virtuous, therefore he devised a test of caskets for her marriage. Whoever will choose the right casket will be the true lover of her. Now moving to passage B. Answer 1. Portia has expressed her sadness on not being able to choose her husband by own. She feels that her desire is curbed by strange will that her father devised for her marriage. Answer 2. The inspiration which Portia's father had was to make 3 caskets, and the one who would choose the right casket would be the husband of Portia. Answer 3. The princely suitors whom Nerissa mentioned after these lines were Neapolitan Prince, County Palatine, Monsieur Le Bon, Falconbridge, and Scottish Lord. Answer 4. The casket will never be chosen correctly by anyone except the person who truly loves her, means Portia. This was so because Portia's father had an inspiration at the time of his death and had made this strange will. Answer 5. Yes, I found a difference between the melancholy of the 2 characters. In first scene, the reason for the sadness of Antonio was unknown, while in second scene, Portia was sad because she could not choose her husband by her own. Now passage C, Answer 1. County Palatine is the subject of discussion in these lines. 2 persons in these lines are Neapolitan Prince and County Palatine. Answer 2. Portia's account of the person before this person was that he was young and inexperienced. He did nothing except talking about his horse. The one achievement of him was that he can show his horse. Answer 3. Portia describes County Palatine to be a sad man. She said that at his old age he would become a weeping philosopher. She also exclaimed that when he heard Mary tales, he did not even smile. Answer 4. Part A. It means that County Palatine is a smug person who believes that she would be loser if he failed to marry her. B part. So full of unmannerly sadness in his youth means that he was full of unpleasant gloom in his young age. Answer 5. Weeping philosopher is who led a repulsive life and retreated to the mountains because of his contempt for mankind. It appeals to the County Palatine because he was unusual gloomy in his young age. Now passage D. Answer 1. The French Lord Monsieur Le Bon is being discussed here. Portia is saying that he has characteristics of many men but don't have his own personality. Answer 2. Portia's opinion of the Neapolitan Prince was that he only talks about his horse, and his achievement was that he can show his horse by himself. Answer 3. Part A. Better bad habit means a more exaggerated bad habit. Part B. He is every man in no man means he has the characteristics of many people but no personality of his own. Answer 4. Marrying this suitor be the same as marrying 20 husbands because he possesses the characteristic of many men and don't have any one of his own. Answer 5. Portia says that he loves his horse better than the Neapolitan prince and has a better frowning habit than County Palatine. He starts to jump about and sometimes he fights with his own shadows. Passage E. Answer 1. Falconbridge, the young Baron of England, is being described in these lines. It follows the description of the Scottish Lord. Answer 2. This person is called a dumb show because Portia knows only Latin, French, and Italian, while Falconbridge only knows English, and therefore both of them show their facial expression instead of speaking. Answer 3. It shows that the people wore clothes of different countries. They traveled along countries and partially adopts their behavior, style, and their way of dressing. Answer 4. Part A. It means here that Portia did not know the language English and therefore was not able to converse with them. Part B. Portia mocks the dressing style of Englishmen who travel to other countries. Here is reference to odd dressing of Falconbridge. Now answer 5. According to the Portia, this suitor only knows English. He has the appearance of a handsome man, but he is strangely suited. He was wearing the Italian jackets, French breeches, and German bonnet. He also had a blended behavior. Now passage F. Answer 1. Scottish Lord is the neighbor of Falconbridge, one phrase that Portia had used to describe him, a perfect man's picture. Answer 2. The neighborly charity that the Scottish Lord has is the revenge that he promised to take on England. Portia calls it charity in a mocking sense, as France and Scotland were always at war with England. Answer 3. Part A. This line means that Scotland was defeated by England, that is reference here as the blow on the ear from the Englishmen, Scotland, revenge that they would defeat English one day. B part. It refers to the relationship between France, Scotland and England. France and Scotland were always at war with England and always helped each other against their common enemy. Answer 4. From the above lines, the picture of political relation between these countries is that France and Scotland often remain at war with England and made France and Scotland a friendly country of each other. Answer 5. Answer 5. The Duke of Saxony's nephew is described next by Portia. Portia calls him a sponge, means it absorbs water, means it constantly absorbs water. Similarly, a drunkard who constantly takes liquor is called sponge. Passage Z. Answer 1. The person being discussed here is the Duke of Saxony's nephew. His chief fault is that he drinks wine, and when he drinks wine, he becomes dangerous than a beast. Answer 2. Portia describes him that he is little less than a man when he is at his best, and when he is at his worst, he is little better than a beast. Answer 3. Portia made a plan to make him choose wrong casket by putting the Rhenish wine on wrong casket so that he would open the wrong casket. Answer 4. Nerissa informed Portia that she need to worry because those all 6 suitors were returned to their home without choosing any casket because the lottery of casket is very hard. Answer 5. Yes, Portia would not be for swearing if she makes someone to choose wrong casket. According to her father's will, she can neither help anyone to choose nor prevent anyone from choosing. Passage H. Answer 1. According to Portia's father's will, the person who will choose the right casket is the husband of her. If they choose the wrong casket, then first, they will leave the place immediately. Second, they cannot reveal the content of casket to anyone. Third, they cannot get married to any other lady. Answer 2. Portia called the set of suitors the parcel of wooers. She called them reasonable because they have decided to return to their houses without choosing any casket. Answer 3. Portia says that she would get married only according to her father's will. Even if she has to live old like Sibylla or remain unmarried like Diana, she would happily do that. Sibylla is a prophetess of Roman myth who was granted long years of life by Apollo. Answer 4. The Venetian that Nerissa mentions was Bassanio. Nerissa said that he was the most suitable person to marry Portia, according to her. Portia also remembered him as a well-mannered man. Answer 5. At the end of the scene, the Prince of Morocco arrives for Portia's hand. Portia said that she would be happy if he also returned without choosing any casket. Portia tells even if he is a very good person, she does not prefer him as he is dark. I hope you will like the video and press the bell icon for subscription. Thanks.